I don't know what's happening.
Yeah, the whole server shit out.
They got my other. They got my other IP. All right. Well, I think we're gonna be summing up like what I want to come to is solutions, right? So the problem that Jeff addressed in the roleplay union thread and that was top voted, aside from my problem, which I'm gonna discuss. My problem was just an example, but the problem that Jeff suggested was admins not being neutral to everyone. So do we agree that the solution would be to make the procedures more strict? You know, to make
You would need like, for lack of a better term, you would need like a penal code for punishments, and that I don't think that would work because it's all very, there's no science to it. Every situation is going to be different.
I know what you mean.
So it's hard to say, yeah, this is just 30 minutes because somebody could like kill one person, somebody could kill 50 people, and I'll just 30 minutes. It's okay.
I know what you mean.
It wouldn't work out.
Nah, the thing is, the thing is, when I was an admin, I learned that bans don't change anything. Admin jails is what changes people because you actually got to be in game to wait that shit out.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So they instead of banning people, they should just give them like 5-hour jails or something. That's what actually pisses them off because if they get banned, what do they have to do? They just go on the forums, fill out a ban, and people wait until they get them. Like on that, I was playing on a different server before, and when you got AJL on that server, you actually had to be like in like defined area and had to run through like checkpoints, and to get out. I know, dude, but that actually, yeah, I know, but that actually pissed people off that it didn't break rules to get AJL. So I mean, there was this one guy who did that shit for 10 hours, and he live streamed that shit on Twitch back then.
Oh my god.
10 hours? That's inhumane. That's literally torture.
Yeah, because he was like insulting a bunch of people, so instead of banning him, they just put him in that shit for like 10
For
hours.
insulting people?
Yeah, I mean, there wasn't light insult. He was like all racist kind of shit.
That doesn't matter. That's still inhumane.
I would be making a new account. There's no way.
The problem I have is that clearly people are not being punished equally, right? I believe if there's a rule, just at least the rules should be applied equally. That's my issue. You know what I mean?
That may be your issue, but that's not the way the world works, like at all. It's not just SAMP.
Well, it's the way the law works in real life, though, at least on paper. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but on paper and in reality are two very different things.
I know.
And we're just unfortunate enough to have a community of like 500 people, if that. So it's small enough that you're going to notice every little, case of favoritism. I know if anybody...
I mean, in real life, you also notice favoritism. It's not like it's unique to small communities.
If anybody who wasn't me was doing the shit I do on Edward, even though I'm not breaking rules, I don't DM or anything.
Dude, do I need to mention fucking what's his name, Johnny Snake?
Johnny Snake.
Oh shit.
And they'll probably eventually Johnny Snake me, but anybody else, if it wasn't me, they probably would have been banned a long time ago. Yeah. And that's just because I have, a history with the staff team. People like me for some reason.
We acknowledge that liking somebody and disliking somebody defines whether they get to stay and do whatever they want or get banned, and that's a problem. We agree. That at least to some extent, that's a bias that exists.
Obviously, I mean, that's what I already said when I got on the stream, dude. Like,
yeah.
if you were an admin, let's just say me and you best friends. I mean, that's never gonna happen. Me and you best friends. Would you actually AJL me if you were an admin and I fucked up? Like,
no, probably not. You're correct.
Exactly. That's what everyone's doing. Though, I mean, I would have admitted to it on stream as well. I don't care. I was biased. Friends, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, obviously, I'm gonna look out for my friends and family. It's obviously what I'm gonna do as a human being.
So that's always gonna happen. So there's nothing you can do about it. You can try regulate it as much as you want, but it's not gonna fix it.
I know that it's never gonna be perfect, but I want to create an environment where I'm not scared. You know what I mean? Where I can look at the rules, understand them, and do things without getting banned for what's not on the rules. You know what I mean?
I mean, I got another admin who's actually an admin right now who wants to join.
It's
Is
only
it
getting
this
better.
stream-
This stream
is
is only
this
getting
stream
better by the
from the
minute.
He's hold on, his name is I'm pretty sure you know Cheesy the Nerd, right? He's
Yeah,
an
oh
admin
yeah,
streaming.
he makes YouTube videos. Dude,
yeah,
get
hang on,
Cheesy the Nerd in here. Get Cheesy the Nerd in here.
Yeah,
I like cheese. He's really cool.
Yeah, he's fucking spamming me on TeamSpeak, bro. Hang on, there he is.
Get him in here.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
there he is. Relax.
Hello?
He's not.
Wow.
There he is.
This stream is getting quite big.
Does Cheesy still play LSRP or is he gone?
Yeah,
Fuck
you there.
no, I quit LSRP a long time ago. Hey everyone.
Shut the
Oh, what's up,
Cool.
Cheesy?
You're a liar.
Shut the fuck! I'm not a liar. No, I did. I stepped down. I'm not
Cheesy,
an
I'll fuck you in the mouth.
Am I the only one
That
gonna
sounds
have...
like bands.
I'm gonna...
So
What?
wait,
It's a Valencia.
hang on a second. Are we actually still online or what?
Yeah, we are streaming.
Oh shit! Link me that. I'm still the only
Yeah,
one.
that's why I was watching because I was saying I want to talk to Corey.
Oh, that's the one. Never mind. I got it. Oops.
Yeah, we're still streaming.
Yeah, I got it.
We got 55 people watching. Welcome everybody. Make sure you join the Roleplay Union. We talk about the top suggestions every week, every Saturday at 3 p.m. UTC. So, Cheesy the Nerd, welcome.
Hi.
You're currently an admin on Los Santos Roleplay.
No, I resigned like at the end of because I. Okay, I'm gonna say something like real cool. Is this like an open thing I can just say
Yeah.
whatever I want?
Sure.
Okay. So I went on a leave of absence for the summer. Everybody knows that leave of absence in this community means you're good for the month, and I got my ass punished because of it. So I knew starting college I couldn't actually go on a leave of absence or even do anything because like low key they're really fucking strict on shit. And their definition of leave of absence is not the definition that legal factions and official factions hold because I've been on tons of leave of absence with SD. They never hunt me down, but I literally got an admin strike, I'm pretty sure, for going on a fucking leave of absence.
An admin strike. Tell us more about that,
Yeah.
because this is the first time I'm hearing about it.
Oh, okay. Okay, so pretty much you get like warnings and strikes, so it's no different than, you know, getting told after getting banned, you fuck up, you're getting banned again, right? That's a strike. You get enough warnings, you get thrown out of the team. It's like you're not pulling your own weight. And because I was in and out of game every once in a while to play for my leisure, they considered me active. But
Okay.
I got dicked over. And I was like, I'm not doing this anymore. And like, a lot of the admins on the team, like, I like them, but like, they're kind of fucking harsh when it comes to players. Like, you can ask anybody when it comes to me.
Yeah, most of
I hardly ban fucking nobody. And if I do, you're probably hacking. And
Yeah.
other than that, I'm like the chillest. I don't want to punish nobody when there's a forum report. If someone in game reports, I want to like find the best resolution. But everybody's so fucking gritty picking today. Oh, you gotta punish this fucker. It's like, apply to be an admin, and then you can pick the fucking punishment, right?
Dude,
That's how I look at it.
don't get me started with shit, man. Nowadays, being an admin is just overrated anyway. People make
Oh,
it
it is,
seem-
man.
People make it seem way more glorified than it actually is. Like, the amount of autism you gotta deal with as an admin is unbelievable.
I'll tell you right now. I spent the last 3 months away from LSRP. Like, I am still actively in SSD on leave of absence. I just chill. I mostly hang out with Airwalk and all my friends that are still here. But, like, this server, when you switch into a staff fucking position, it's pretty stressful. You gotta deal with the idiots going through Idlewood, driving, like, a fucking mile an hour, right? Like, everybody hates that shit. And, like, if anyone sits with me in a TeamSpeak channel and someone does that, I rage. Because it annoys me that the quality of roleplay on LSRP has tremendously dropped because we are letting... I'm trying to say everybody's shit role players. I know you learn over time, but there are a lot of people in this server that don't want to fucking learn. They just want to be complete spastics. In other words, I don't want to be rude and call
But
anybody
in this call, you have Clorontix and Snoozer, who are one of the people you would probably call spastics as well, right?
Oh, I would call him spastic, but he's like a smart spastic, though.
Hell yeah, I would call Snooze a fucking spastic if he didn't block me on Discord like a pussy.
Okay, but you know, Clorontix actually explained how he started doing this whole thing, how he was banned for teleport hacks because he J-bugged, right? You know what the J-bug is, right?
Yeah.
Press J, and he started banning from that because he made an
Ask you a
appeal.
question.
Yeah.
Who was the admin that banned you, Chlorantix?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
I said who was the admin that banned you for that?
Honestly, this was back in 2012. This is before I was even chloronic, so I don't
Okay.
remember. It's an old... I think it was Gus, I think.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Old
like,
admin.
I thought it was like recent or something.
No.
Okay, well, we can't really talk about
Alright,
that
go on.
much, but there was
Yeah,
a more
go on.
recent issue. Have you heard about 45 Days for What?
no.
What?
It was when me, Cycle.
Oh yeah, we were talking about that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think we were talking to Cheesy about.
What does Cheesy
No
think?
one. Well,
Yeah,
explain it because I don't
Okay,
know.
okay. So basically, me, Cycle, Dima, which is Hydro Play, I think it's called, and Turko, we all wanted to like rob a bank, right? Because I robbed a bank before and done several times.
Okay.
And
I remember.
then we didn't rob a bank because we couldn't get, we couldn't get admin approval, so we went to rob a business instead. And because at that time you were allowed to rob a business, we got pretty much banned.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah,
I
we
remember
got
that. That's a video that you guys got banned for, right? I thought that was really dumb.
No, we didn't get banned for a video. We got banned for doing it. We got banned on the spot, like doing it.
But there was no rule back then, right?
Yeah, there was no rule. They actually didn't activate that rule until like a month later. And that was that was my call going. Oh, admins can just ban you when they dislike you, pretty much.
Well, honestly, like I don't want to like say anything like, okay, I'm gonna just fuck it. I don't give a shit.
You keep saying like, just say it for the love.
Airwalk, I'm gonna punch you so hard. I haven't seen you really irritating.
Guys, be quiet. Come on, be nice.
There's a lot of stuff that isn't like written in the rules as an admin. You can get away with a lot of stuff, like definitely. Like there is like that type of mentality where, oh, I can just fucking ban. No one's gonna give a shit. Everyone's gonna back me, and then your handler gets a hand of it, and then sometimes it can be sloppy or messy. It just depends on how much friends you are with like certain admins. Like there's people here that
the fundamental problem I have. It's all about this friendship circle, this bias, and that's what we're trying to do with. What I'm trying to do with Roleplay Union is to try to decipher that bias somehow. To try to make sure, even though there is a bias out there, we can keep it in check somehow, to a limit. Somehow appeal that the cases where that bias was applied. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think everybody should be held accountable equally. For even if you're an owner, you shouldn't have the ability to just ban somebody because you dislike someone. I think bullshit.
but that I know, but that's the thing. Like if there's a server manager who's doing something,
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you what they can do. They can bring attention to it, right? And by server owner acting right so belligerently and so unequal, unjustly. I don't know how to say it, but basically, you know what I mean. Acting with injustice, basically. When they do that, people see them do that, and if there's ever an alternative, if there ever comes that there's an alternative with a server that offers similar stuff but is just, people are gonna switch to it. You see, that's an incentive for them to stop doing that. That's an incentive for them to think, maybe I should stop banning people for doing this and doing that. If administrators came out like tomorrow and went, hey, I apologize for making mistakes, because I don't think I've ever seen an admin go, hey, I made a mistake. If they
times I made a mistake as an admin, bro, and I like admitted it to people, like I've refunded people by accident. Like, I'm sorry, like wrong idea. Like a lot of people don't want to take that at all. They just want to like, oh fuck,
I think I understand that though. Yeah, I get that. It's a double-edged sword. It's a problem from both sides. I see that. But that's why I started this discussion. That's why I started the RPU. I want to come to a conclusion. What do we do? And the suggestion. So, what do we do about Jeff's suggestion? Jeff was the most upvoted suggestion, if you disregard my example. And, he talks about the problem about admins not being neutral to everyone. So... he suggests to resolve it, stricter admin rules need to be in place by the management of people. Do you agree with that? Do you think a stricter enforcement of rules on admins would solve the problem of bias?
They should be on higher, like, they need to have higher standards than normal players. That's what they said. When I first joined the staff team in 2015, they said, when you get this role, you have to have higher standards than the rest of the community. It's the same thing when you join a legal faction, because your roleplay standards have to be higher than the normal ones. But I feel like as time has went by, it's just gone, man.
You think it's gone?
I think it honestly is, because like you don't hear that anymore. You don't hear people like saying, we have higher standards, because it's just like nobody says that shit. I haven't heard anyone in SD say higher standards in a hot minute.
So
I mean, obviously everybody should know it, but
So what do you think happened is over time, the standards have been enforced less and less against administrators because nobody is holding administrators accountable, right?
yeah, exactly. Because there's nobody keeping them. Like there is
Who polices the police, basically, right?
Apophis is now in charge, and I will say this about Apophis because I like him. He's a memer, but when it comes to people fucking up, he will ride their ass because of it. He will put you in check.
You trying to tell me I had a Apophis as my fucking staff handler, bro?
Yeah, well, bro, I'm not gonna go into fuck off.
Yo, Apophis removed me, bro.
Is that Bams talking?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Hey,
you know.
user one, I do have an active tester currently on LSRP that wants to join. You might know him. It's Big Wop.
Okay.
Oh, but get Big Wop in here. He's got some good
Yeah,
shit. That kid is smart.
yeah.
I'm gonna
Oh
go
yeah,
back and
I got some good shit too. If you want to
All right, we'll invite him.
And anyone want to see some private gifs of Dom? Hit me up on Discord. Oh no.
Well,
Okay,
I
we
mean,
can get the tester who is an active member of the community. Again, I want to get as many perspectives as I can from both administrators and people who were supposedly wronged by the community, and maybe by coming together and talking it out, something will happen. That's basically the idea.
He's done.
Hello. He's gonna receive the call soon.
Hello.
Hello,
Oh
welcome.
my God.
Welcome to Roleplay Union.
All right, what's going on? So I'm gonna go ahead and introduce myself to the stream. My name is Dom, formerly known as Big Wop Dom. I used to be a content creator on YouTube, and I used to be a very, very big troll. But throughout the months of being said troll, I started to realize that it's not worth it, and I overall reformed as a community player of LSRP. So
you're
I'm not
currently
sure.
a tester.
Yeah, I am a tester.
How long
I joined
have you been a tester?
a couple months. I joined the tester team on April 30th. So
Okay.
yeah.
So what's your experience being a tester? Do you like it?
Yeah, it's fun. It's a good experience. You get to do more stuff. Some people might seem like if you do it for a while, it might get boring, but to be honest, to me, it's pretty interesting. And I made a lot of new friends in the staff team, so it's pretty fun. Some of them being in this call: Cheesy, Bams, previous admin, Airwalk.
I was about to say you better fucking mention me before I spread that gif.
Don't post any gifs, please. Thank you.
I'll send it to you later.
All right. Let's not post any incriminating information. So what do you think about the stuff that we're talking about? Have you been paying attention to the stuff that we've discussed? Like all about like how roleplay union, how basically the reason I started roleplay union, right, is because I believe that some admins up top are not being held accountable. Some rules are not being enforced equally among different players. Would you agree with that?
Somewhat. I can. Back then, I was punished, and I disagreed with said punishments. I can open up my admin record real quick. Let me see.
Did you appeal the ban or punishment that you had?
Yeah. I was banned like very, very back then when I first started playing LSRP. Let me check. Actually, let me check the exact date because I got a stupid ban reason. It was for hacking, so I had to wait a year.
Wow.
Yeah, as
you
Clorontic
had to
said.
wait a year when you didn't actually hack?
Yeah, I got banned for supposedly teleporting into cars.
Oh my God, Clontix, are you hearing this?
Yeah, I
Which
know.
is, in my opinion, all due respect to the admin that banned me, it was very stupid, and
Did you appeal the ban? Did you appeal the ban? And
Yes,
if
I
you got
appealed the
denied
ban
anyway?
over like 10 times, and same thing. Appeal.
Did you appeal it in the same section, or did you report the admin?
I don't think I reported them because I didn't know about staff.
See,
reports
that's
back
what's
then.
that's the reason I get so many unbans. Because when I get ban appeal, and the admin denies me, I don't bother ban appealing again because the admin is just gonna deny me again. I report the admin. That's what I do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
'cause that's the way to go.
basically, it just was
I
very
bet,
annoying.
I
So
bet it's
then,
the same admin that banned the Quantics too.
back then, I didn't want to wait a year, so I ban-evaded. Got caught. That was a good couple months, and then I just waited out the ban, and when I appealed, I was lucky to have Surreal was nice enough not to keep me banned longer for ban evading. So he said I can appeal on a specific date, which was I think March 1st of 2018. So then when I appealed that, I joined.
Wow.
I was pretty excited to come back because it was such a long time.
That is.
But then like a couple months into being unbanned, I created this whole YouTube persona, Big Wop Dom. Don't know if you've seen any of my videos, but
Can you send
No,
me a
you
channel
should.
link? I mean, I'm curious.
I can send you some videos because most of the videos are unlisted.
Oh,
but-
sure.
Yeah, I'm actually featured in a couple of YouTube videos as well. Known as RPDM, called Schizophrenic.
So we actually got a sizable amount of people who used to or are YouTubers on LSRP. So we got Clontix, we got Cheesy the Nerd, and we got you. And am I missing somebody?
Yeah, if you can
Well,
see, I
somebody-
don't know if that link works there, but
Bams has
that's one of my videos.
Bams has a profile
Pirate.
picture of Cycle, I think. Alright, let's see. Okay, so it's just a let's play with a face cam. That's interesting. I actually never seen this before.
What a sexy man.
That's interesting. So you pretty much did the exact same stuff that I did.
Oh, I miss Dom's videos so much, dude.
Yeah, I did what you did, but I did it in a more like trollish behavior. Was just there to have fun and
Did you
You
start
know,
doing it? Did you start trolling when you started recording?
oh yeah, mainly when I was recording. That's the only time I trolled because other than that, I really didn't play LSRP. Well, I mean, I did. I was in SD for a while, and then I ended up getting terminated from SD for the videos, and it was also due to a in-character situation I had in an alt, and I was like basically in denial, and I told the person like if I'm not allowed to roleplay however I want on a main, you can just kick me from the faction. So they didn't like that, and they kicked me from the faction.
Yeah, I had a similar issue. I had some fucking name change twice because just to get into any law enforcement faction at all. And eventually I had to just go, okay, fine, I'm gonna make the blandest, the most stereotypical character ever, and I was let in. I got in. So it's problematic for me because I feel like a roleplay loses its charm when you can't roleplay what you want. You know what I mean? When
Yeah.
you can't make your own characters, it loses the point of roleplay. When you're doing it to make somebody else's reputation look good, it's like, I don't know, man. I think there's a lot of issues with, but I don't know if there's an easy, simple solution. That's why I'm trying to do the roleplay union. What do you think about this whole roleplay union idea? Where,
I mean, run me through this whole thing. Like, what's your intention with?
So basically, right, you have this
I mean,
server, which
I get this whole suggestion thing, but what do you want to do with the suggestions?
So any community that either wants to start, either is already established, that wants to learn from other communities' mistakes. They can come here, they can look at these suggestions, they can look at these videos, they can look at us talking and see, what's wrong. And they can decide whether they want to learn from that or not. And if I ever, at some point, decide to make my own community, I can learn from this. So I think this discussion opens up a road to the solution. That's the premise anyway. So if I ever want to make, for example, my own roleplay server, I would look at this for guidelines, you know what I mean?
Well, making a SAMP server nowadays isn't going to work anyway. Just take Barrier Roleplay and Vice City Roleplay as an example. I mean, even then, Vice City Roleplay was made by an ex-SAMP developer, and that still flopped, so... Making a new SAM server isn't gonna do anything.
But what if we create a server with no different map, different stuff? What if you make a server based in Los Santos? Just like LSRP, but instead of, you know, all
Then
the...
people are gonna hop on it for like 3 days and realize they miss all their money and their cars and their houses.
Yeah,
point.
exactly. That's
But what if
I was-
you give... Well, that's another issue that could be addressed as well. But what if you, for example, give them something to be engaged about? You know? Give
Like
them...
what?
Well, events,
But
actual
events-
roleplay.
Think about the like anniversary events that LSRP had for the, you know, the few years they did them. They fucking sucked.
They
were
did
awful.
players are now hosting events. There's Rose Entertainment, like a company in game that does some events. They did Derby events, right?
You're not really selling your point here.
Yeah, he's right.
Yeah.
I mean, the water park thing was cool, but I mean, like, it's not really an event. It's a business.
I guess the point is to start a conversation. I mean, today I learned a lot of stuff, and I had the conversation with people that, you know, I never thought I would have a conversation with, like Clorantex. So I think
when I used to play, there was this one event every summer. I don't know if you guys how long you guys been playing, but there was high school role play, and during the summer, people would go into like every Monday through Friday during a specific time on the server, and people would just role play in the high school, and I thought that was really cool.
No, there wasn't a summer thing. There was just people being incompetent leaders, and high school just kept dying once a year and being reopened.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
I'm actually serious.
But it was cool while it lasted.
Yeah, I mean, the roleplay is never gonna die. That's the thing. Okay, this isn't just SAMP. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. This is lessons that any community, not just roleplay communities, even can take about how administrators manage their communities. That's the point. To learn from the mistakes, and to maybe in the future, you know, when you make a new community, you can do it better than the last community.
At the end of the day, anybody going to a new server is only going to go there to try and like get in on the ground floor and become staff. And once they realize they can't, they're out. It's like factions. People just want to be in charge of something.
Yeah, you're probably correct.
And it's just
a lot of people that join new servers are trying to. I mean, I literally opened this yesterday, and I had so many people like, can I be a moderator? Can I be a moderator? Like, I want to be selective with my moderators. Okay, no offense, guys. Alright, you're gonna need to do a little more than just a verification to be a moderator.
Yeah, you fucking attention whores.
Alright, guys, I think it's been 3 hours since I started the stream. I mean, I used to do charity live streams, which are like 4 hours long, but I didn't. This wasn't a charity live stream or anything like that. But you know, we are promoting a roleplay union. So overall ideas of the roleplay union. What do you guys think? Do you think it's a waste of time, or do you think there's some value in it?
Oh, it's a waste of time, in my opinion. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, so
okay.
What was the question? I just came back. My bad.
Well, do you think a roleplay union can have any value at all, or is it a waste of time?
In my eyes, like, no, I don't want everybody to be rude. Like, I don't want to be.
No,
It's like,
be honest with me. Be blunt with me. I don't.
Okay.
Yeah,
You know
don't hold
how
back.
it is here. You get certain people. They get reputations. That shit'll never go. Is Dom still here?
Yeah.
Hello?
Dom. I'm not talking shit on you right now. I just want. Sorry.
Hello?
I'm trying to help my girlfriend set up Uber Eats because I want Subway. Anywho, Dom was like the biggest fuck. I mean, he probably still is. Was like the biggest fucking troll in the world. All right, and this dude did a fucking 180. Actually, more like a 360. This dude is like. I mean, he's still me, but like this dude right here is the only person I met in LSRP that has changed. And like, but when you get a bad reputation here, okay, that shit sticks with you forever. So people might look at it depending on who you have in the union, and they might just not take shit serious.
I know what you mean.
Because they'll be like, oh, it's this person, it's that person. Because like honestly, it's really hard to change the staff mindset.
I don't. Again, I'm not expecting LSRP to change at all. Okay, that's not the goal of this.
Not gonna work anyway.
That's not the goal of roleplay union. The goal of roleplay union is to learn from these mistakes. That's it. So, keeping that in mind, do you think it has any value?
I mean, it could benefit a lot of people. Like, yeah. I mean, there's some people that it might not benefit from. I mean, not every bad apple is going to change with some of the shit they got, right? Like, there's still going to be people that want to say they change, but it's different from one person saying they want to change to a person that actually
we had a person come in, I think it was an ex-admin or something, that was invited by one of the people, and they couldn't do any kind of serious conversation about this, and it wasn't productive at all. They talked about the faction they did, and it wasn't like
exactly. You're gonna run into people that are like.
You mean Washburn? No, he wasn't even a tester.
Washburn? Is that who?
Something like that.
Washburn's a Comedy Central dude. He's an interesting dude. If it was Washburn,
no, he's interesting, but I'm trying to do something productive, somewhat productive.
It's just like he's like a 360. He's a cool dude. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, I mean, I can sympathize with it. The thing is, I sympathize with both sides. Right, I'm not taking sides here. I'm not taking, fucking admins are wrong, or the players are wrong. I'm not doing any of that. Right, I think there just needs to be. I understand why there's bias. I understand why admins are doing what they're doing, but I just think they need to be held more accountable. At least that's and I need to show. I want to show what actually happens in practice when you don't have. When you have a huge leniency, or I want to find out what happened. I want to start a conversation, and that's pretty much it. What do you guys think?
I mean, if you stick with it, you probably could do it. I mean, there's some people here might say
every week. We're gonna be doing this every week at 3 p.m. UTC. So we're gonna have new guest speakers. So you guys might unfortunately not be a part of it next week. We'll see. But yeah, I just want to get as many people as possible to have a conversation about this, so I can get as many perspectives as I can, so I can make my own conclusions, and we can look at the suggestions. People can vote on best suggestions. So today we talked about Jeff's suggestion, and let's make a conclusion about Jeff's suggestion. So to resolve it, stricter admin rules need to be in place by management people in a server, such as those admins be removed from the admin team and such. This is probably one of the few suggestions that will be brushed off, and there's no real way to resolve it. But having it be known could help the issue. So that's Jeff's suggestion, and it was the highest voted suggestion. If you don't, take my example.
User one. There's a guy called Fireworks in it, and every time he's permanently banned. Every time he makes a support ticket, it just gets closed straight away.
I see.
If he can come on.
Are you talking about Fireworks?
I've heard about Fireworks.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Fireworks.
I'll tell you this right now. No matter how much that Fireworks, I know he's watching. Like, no matter how hard that guy tries, he's never gonna get out. Like, that's just how it is.
Well, I mean,
I know that from what I've seen.
That's really unfortunate. Why is that?
I mean,
you're an idiot.
Airwalk, you're an idiot too, but you're still here. Point being, there's a very lazy side when it comes to the higher echelon of admins. Not going to say who, but there's a very lazy side where they don't really have rules because they are so high up, they are literally untouchable. And
I think we talked about that. We could give some examples of that happening at this stream.
Like, I saw a picture the other day of like somebody from PD, like a high up person, pretty much talk shit down to a low member because all he said in faction chat was, "Does anyone even RP on this server?" And this person lashed out on them over faction chat because of what he said. And I thought that was probably the dumbest thing you could do as a staff member, especially with the power this individual holds in that faction and on this server. It's just stupid and completely unfucking
and the problem, people see that and they get turned off of roleplay.
Oh, they do. Like, when that hit my Discord server and I saw that shit lit right up. Like, it was flying into my PMs from different people. It was in my staff chat for my server. It was just everywhere.
This is part of the reason why people are leaving Los Santos Roleplay, and that bothers me because I am involved in Los Santos Roleplay. I'm a part of this community, and when people are leaving, I don't know if I doubt it will be addressed, but maybe a future community is gonna address it, and maybe I'll be a part of it, and maybe then, I'm not expecting the solution to come in a minute or in a week. But maybe in a couple of years or months or at some point. I just want to start the conversation now so that eventually maybe I can come to a solution. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you for being on the stream. Fireworks, I know you want to come on. How about we talk about it? The thing is, I want to get two perspectives. I want to get the side of the wrong party, of the ban evaders, of the ban appealers, and the administrators. And that's what I got today. We got Clontix, we got Snoozer, and we got a bunch of ex-admins and current staff members. It was, I think, what do you think? Do you think the conversation was productive? The conversation? Do you think we learned new stuff about each other?
I think we did learn some stuff. I mean,
I only got halfway in because I was PM'd on
Yeah,
Discord.
like
You guys
this
were
shit.
talking about me.
As a staff member, there is so much more that actually is so out there that you kind of have no choice but to talk behind closed doors because of just how fucked up some.
No, I get that.
I mean, I learned some new things about the admin strikes and admins can see your form IP and all that stuff. So it was really knowledgeable.
Yeah,
They can steal. I'll tell you this right now. Anything you do in this community, they can check. So
yeah. Well, thank you guys so much for coming on. Thank you guys for spending your time. I'm gonna keep going with this, so you can join Roleplay Union. You can make your suggestion, and if it's the voted one by the end of the week, I'll talk about it. We'll talk about it on stream with the guest speakers. Alright. Well, any last words?
Oh
Yo,
hell
I just
yeah!
found a shotgun in a car, bro, on LSRP.
Well, I'm gonna. Well, shout out to Schizophrenic, LSRP's best. Yeah, man, like, subscribe.
No shout outs, please. Jeez. Alright, thank you guys for watching.
Yo, fuck Benavides, he got me removed.
Hope you guys enjoy the video. And stay awesome.